Tando, evening to you. How and where were you when you received the news of Chester Williams passing?
Good evening to you, Tembekile, as well as to the viewers. I was actually on my way home when I got the devastating news that Chester had just passed on, and immediately what struck to my mind was Maria, the wife and the twins, and I just spoken to Chester just a couple of days. I met him in Cape Town just recently. And, it's just devastating. I'm lost for words. I think South Africa, it's been a very heavy week, and today was just, for me, just demoralizing.
Did the two of you have a close personal relationship, Tando?
Yes, very much. It spans back to 2000. When I was selected, I shared a room for Chester for 2 weeks on tour. That's when I got to know Chester Williams, and we kept the relationship. And funny enough, during the Southern Kings job application for a head coach, he phoned me, he made contact, and he requested the person that was responsible for someone who would take his application for the coaching job at the Southern Kings Pro 14. And I facilitated that because I was in PE at the time. And he kept on asking, what's the process? Where are they now? And, for me, that was our last conversation on WhatsApp. And recently I met him in Cape Town. Obviously, he was involved with the UWC, and I was involved with Madiba. So we had met at the USA Games in Cape Town.
And quite passionate, clearly, just through his involvement with the university rugby community. Chester Williams, quite passionate he was about grooming the next generation of rugby players.
Yeah, he was a true rugby man. I think whatever whether he was a rugby pundit, I think his love was always going to be coaching, from his stints as a sevens coach, cats coach, and most recently he went to Romania. We all know about that, came back and got an opportunity to be with UWC. He was quite excited with UWC because he said to me that in no ways would he play Amadibas in the promo relegation. He would stay in the varsity cup because he wanted to groom more of the players from that area of town and make sure that Western Cape continuously produce the gems of rugby in that area. So he was a true rugby nation, and certainly in the coaching department, we've lost a legend. On the playing field, he was an iconic player himself. I mean, if you look at his at the 1995 Chester Williams coming back, scoring those 4 tries. So for me, he's left a big mark, indelible mark in this country of ours, and we mourn with the family, with his friends and those close to him, and I think for myself as a rugby person, there's lots that I take as a youngster, as someone who looked up to him, and also in terms of the coaching and also our interactions. Purely was always rugby, nothing else, no politics, but purely just what he wanted, and he envisaged South Africa to be in the future.
And you rightfully referenced the 1995 World Cup because that is what cemented his status as a legend on the rugby field. Was that your first experience of the magic of Chester Williams on the field?
Look, I think for me what was important as someone who had followed the Springboks from 1994, he certainly shone above everyone. I remember him and Kenneth Lanier at the time, both coming from Western Province, both playing a critical role in the transformation and the developmental of the game, in getting us to know and identify who our heroes was at the time. We could easily identify with Chester. Yes, he was one of the stars for the Rugby World Cup. Let it be, he came a little bit later due to injury, but he shone right through. He had injuries, but we all waited for Chester Williams to come back into the Springbok squad. And when he came back, he came back during the era of Nick Mallet again, won the Tri-Nation, went to the World Cups 99. So for me, Chester Williams will always be someone that was the torch barrier for really, getting the next teen or the next group of players to follow in his trade. Brayton Paulsen should be one of those people that followed soon thereafter, and the list is endless thereafter. So Chester really leaves, a big mark on everyone, always smiling, talking very slowly. He's always got a pose. When I launched my book in UWC, he was there to support me. So we've always supported each other. If I was in Port Elizabeth, he knew that he just has to give me a shout, give me instruction, and I will do those instructions, and I'll come back to him. So I feel for the family. I feel for the for the rugby fraternity on the loss. And, we've lost both wingers from 1995. And, at such a young age. And may God bless his soul and may he rest in peace.
And as we conclude then, Thando, if you could speak to your friend Chester Williams one last time, what would you say?
Very simple. I will carry on. I'll take over the baton from him, and I will move with it and make sure that what he wanted for the youngsters to get and to also dream of playing provincial rugby, going up to the Springboks, that will certainly happen. Equal ground footing, equal opportunities. That's what he strived for. He strived for a better, South Africa. He even had dreams of coaching one day a Springbok side, and obviously that didn't happen. But what did happen was when he got the opportunity, he maximized and grabbed it with both hands, and the results were always there to see. And one of those results was also making sure that the UWC performed in the Varsity Cup Premier Division, and he did that successfully.
Thando Manana, former Springbok, joining us and joining the rest of the country really tonight in mourning the passing of Chester Williams. For now, thank you.